The relentless waves crashed against the cliffs of Dunmere, a desolate Cornish village, its jagged shoreline shrouded in fog on a bleak night in 2024. Above the roar, a single green flame flickered from a lantern perched on the highest crag. Its light a siren call to the doomed. This was no ordinary beacon, it was a hunter, waiting to ensnare the curious. The tale begins with Peter Lang, a 38-year-old fisherman who vanished after chasing the lantern's glow last month. 3 days later, he returned home, eyes hollow, and drowned his wife and son in their bathtub before vanishing into the sea. "It led me," he'd whispered to a neighbor. The village trembled, for this was the third such nightmare in weeks. Daniel Harper, a 31-year-old documentary filmmaker with a thriving YouTube channel, HS Horror Story, had long been drawn to the supernatural. His gritty explorations had built a dedicated audience, and he'd roped in his friend Ryan Ellis, a 29-year-old drone operator, for this venture. "This could be epic for HS Horror Story," Daniel said, loading his camera into their van. Ryan adjusted his drone controls, dubious. Or another bus like that haunted shipwreck. But the leaked video of Peter's rampage, wet and frantic, changed his mind. 3 days then may kill, Daniel noted, tracing the pattern. 5 missing, 3 returned as murderers. 2 still lost, Peter Lang and Michael Dunn. The lantern's curse began in 1798 when Abigail Wren, a 24-year-old lighthouse keeper's daughter, fell for Captain Elias Crow, promised a life at sea. She discovered his plan to abandon her during a storm to claim her father's inheritance. Left to drown on the cliffs, her dying wish bound her spirit to a lantern, its green flame a vengeful lure. She calls sailors to join her fate, old Mr. Thomas Prowse warned at the pub. Elias sank with his crew, but her rage lives on. Daniel and Ryan arrived at Dunmere's cliffs as dusk faded, the sea a churning abyss below. Lights on let's. "Film for HS Horror Story," Daniel said, his voice firm despite the salty wind. Ryan launched his drone. "Feels like something's watching." They spotted the lantern, its green glow pulsing atop the crag. "There it is," Daniel whispered, camera rolling. As they approached, the flame flared, and a figure emerged, Abigail, in a sodden dress, her hair tangled with seaweed, holding the lantern. "Come to me," she intoned. Ryan grabbed Daniel's arm. "Bug off, it's a trap." The lantern's light intensified, pulling at Daniel's mind with visions of sunken gold. He stumbled, the glow searing his eyes. "Did you see her?" he gasped. Ryan nodded, pale. "We're leaving." As they retreated, the cliff edge crumbled, forcing them to halt. Abigail's voice turned sharp. "You can't escape." The lantern vanished, leaving a chill that clung to their bones. They sheltered in a cliffside shack, the wind rattling the walls. Daniel reviewed the footage, Abigail's face clear, the lantern's flame hypnotic. Comments on HS Horror Story flooded in. Run, but Daniel felt compelled. "We need to check Michael's family, they're next." Michael Dunn, a 35-year-old sailor, had vanished 2 days ago. His sister Clara met them at her cottage, voice breaking. He followed the light said it promised Dad's return. Now he's gone. Daniel promised to help. Clara recalled Michael's last call. He heard a woman singing. Daniel's pulse raced. Abigail. Dunmere buzzed with dread. "The lantern takes them 3 days, then they kill," a fisherman muttered. Daniel researched the 1798 tragedy, Abigail's death, Elias's shipwreck, and a logbook entry about a sealed pact. She wants her lover back, Ryan theorized, possessing people to drown her grief. The next day, they explored the cliffs, finding a cave where the lantern reappeared, its light casting shadows of drowning figures. Abigail emerged, her dress dripping, lantern blazing. "Join my crew," she wailed. Daniel's vision blurred himself on a sinking ship, Abigail at the helm. No, he shouted, breaking free. Back at their lodgings, Daniel's hand bore a green burn, throbbing. She's marking me, he groaned. Ryan called a mystic, Mrs. Evelyn Marsh. The lantern's curse as a packed Elias bound Abigail's spirit to lure souls. To free her, extinguish the flame with seawater. As night fell, Michael returned, eyes vacant, trident in hand. The family, Daniel raced to Clara's, tackling Michael as he struck. It's not you, he cried. Marsh and Ryan arrived, dousing the lantern with seawater, chanting to expel Abigail. Michael collapsed, freed, but her cry lingered. More will burn. The curse persisted. Daniel, now haunted, vowed to end it. Tune in for more every day on a HS Horror Story. Subscribe and share.